Welcome back to Bushnell-Prairie City High School as we are 2 minutes away from tip-off for Illini, Bluffs, and West Prairie here for night number 4 of the Spartan Tip-Off Classic. I'm Dwayne Hulett. Haley on the camera this evening. We'll have the head coach of the West Hancock Titans on in just a few minutes, Jeff Dahl. He was the winning coach in the last game in convincing style over Illini West. BPC and Macomb. A McDonough County battle is up after this, and that'll be our final game of tonight. 3 games on the docket for this Friday night, and then we will have 6 games tomorrow. And we do have Jake Croxton on the microphone on the far side, so we'll let him do the starting lineups tonight once again. As he gets ready to go.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Bushnell-Prairie City High School and the 2022 Spartan Tip-Off Classic and game number 8 between the West Prairie Cyclones and the Illini Bluffs Tigers. And now let's meet the game 8 starting lineups. At 1 guard for West Prairie, a 6-foot senior, number 2, Ashton Barkley. At guard for Illini Bluffs, a 6'3" junior, number 11, Wyatt Hindle. At guard for West Prairie, a 6-foot sophomore, number 3, Cam Kramer. And at guard for Illini Bluffs, a 6'3" sophomore, number 14, Devin White. At guard for West Prairie, a 6-foot senior, number 5, Denver Mitchell. And at 1 forward for the Tigers, a 6'5" senior, number 20, Brandon Coates. At guard for West Prairie, a 5'9" junior, number 12, Cole Cordell. And at forward for Illini Bluffs, a 6'9" junior, number 32, Hank Alvey. And at guard for West Prairie, a 6'3" senior, number 20, Adam Vale. And in the middle for the Tigers, a 6'3" junior, number 44, Ben Kazmiri. Greg Duncan heads up the Cyclone bench, assisted by Ian Conklin. Clay Vass is the Tiger head coach, assisted by Trey David, Joe Waters, and Brett Bruniga. Your game 8 officials are Alan Thompson, Scott Kell, and Mason Blickenstaff.
And welcome back as we have Coach Dahl on the headset now. Coach, I felt like you guys came out the same exact way as you did against Bushnell offensively. The difference tonight is you kind of just maintained it.
Yeah, I think it would have even been better if we would have had a stop for blood on the floor because we were rolling right then and they were sort of reeling. But, you know, that's the way the game is. You have to. And
right off the jump, Devin White's going to get 2 buckets. Sorry, I try to keep up with this as we go along, and I'm guessing it's going to change pretty quickly. A little 1-3-1 full court press here. I guess if you're going to practice, this is the time to do it, right?
Yes, sir. I think, there's no doubt about it.
It's an early 2-0 lead for the Tigers as Devin White got the bucket. And, yeah, that was a pretty lengthy blood stoppage, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. It was really long. There was a lot of blood. He cut his nose. Someone cut it some way.
Oh, so it wasn't a bloody nose. It was a cut nose.
No, it was cut above. Both. It did both, actually.
And inbounded pass is stolen away by Kazmarek. Alvey comes up with it back the other way. It's Hindle. Top of the key to Alvey. You guys had some kids playing well again, and Kazmarek's going to get the bucket. And the one that stuck out early for me was Luke Jacko. He kind of picked up where he left off.
Yes, he did. He was really good. He's just a good player. He's changed so much over the year. And so from last year to this year, he just really has changed a lot.
Brandon Coates with the layup. And then Gerhardt kind of came to life for you in the second half there, didn't he?
He did. He had a really good half. Shot free throws well, did everything well. He was really good.
Well, you got 2 games, and here's a dunk for Hank Alvey.
Totally opposite game coming up tomorrow, that's for sure. We've got a lot of size on the floor, and it'll be different defenses. And
a timeout on the floor charged to the Cyclones. It's 8-0. And, yeah, different defenses, and BPC is played surprisingly well. You guys played them on Wednesday night.
Yeah.
I think you guys now, since you've got past them, I think that's the team that can kind of make your job a little easier tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah, they were pretty physical, and they were, I agree. It's going to be, hopefully, we'll come out tomorrow and play the way I think we can. But it's just going to be a weird matchup. We have to be careful not to turn the ball over, because when their big man's on top of that 1-3-1, he's just going to dribble down and dunk it. So we got to not make those.
He is pretty good out there on top. Coates is good on the bottom, though. Number 20 is good on the bottom. And really, I mean, it's the point and the base is really the most important parts of that deal, right?
And they have size, so they can rebound well out of it. Most people will try to run 1-3-1. Your wings have to be big so they can rebound the backside. And they got size everywhere.
Denver Mitchell's going to get it across to Cordell. Ashton Barkley with it. And a steal, and here comes another dunk attempt. Nope, he missed that one. No, White's there to finish. No, he missed it as well, and a jump ball is going to be called. It'll be possession to West Prairie. But Gerhardt really came to life there, I thought, in the fourth quarter. You guys, I had you for 5 of 12 from the free throw line in the first half. That's uncharacteristically bad, but then 7 of 7. For Gerhardt in the fourth quarter helped you a little bit.
Yeah, he did a great
third
job.
Quarter, excuse me.
Yeah, he made those free. It was a nice thing, but it's weird because we're not bad free throw shooters, but we sure looked like it.
Devin White to the basket. He's fouled and rolled it in. Holy smokes. That's putting some English on it right there.
Yes, it is.
An old-fashioned three-point play attempt coming, and Devin White. As Barkley picks up his team's first. And the Devin White's got a chance for an old-fashioned three-point play here. And that thing had some, if you were a pool shark, I don't know you could get that much English on a shot.
No, that was, it was below the rim when it was spinning it up in.
So Cam Kramer's in the game. Barkley has his pass tipped away by White. And, there's probably 2 realms of thought here. You probably know you're the dominant team here and pressing these guys. I mean, I understand it's good practice for you probably, but there's probably another school of thought that probably doesn't think it's necessary. Mitchell for 3.
I agree. I hear you.
I mean, I don't know that it's wrong or right. I'm not here to say that, but there's probably some people watching that don't think it's necessary anyway. Brandon Coates to the bucket, gets his second bucket. It's 13-0. So, as you go into the last day, you hold your one referee was going to call that a touch.
They had.
And now they're going to come and talk. And I think it was a touch. They're going to give it back to West Prairie. Probably a good call there. Rand Palmer going to check in for West Prairie. 5:12 to go in the first quarter. Illini Bluffs up 13-0. So we've asked this before, I think, in this same scenario. Not a lot you can learn by watching these guys against this team, right?
No.
Macomb kind of gave you I feel like Macomb, and that bounced over the rim or over the backboard. Macomb kind of gave you the recipe to beat Illini Bluffs, so I think.
Yeah, they were really physical on all their cuts. They really, really put their bodies on them. They really did. They did a really good job of that.
You guys play tight defense, maybe not quite that physical, but I think you guys will probably use that same mentality as far as being up in their face and
we're going to try.
Lanes away, right?
Yeah, we're going to try. I mean, if you can pressure the passers, it's harder to feed a big post man, and just make sure that we're giving them a lot of pressure on the pass and on the
16-0. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off
That's all
there.
right. That's all right.
Second timeout called by West Prairie. Or at least I think, yeah, it was their second.
Yeah.
You guys have done everything you can do, right? I mean, I think everybody thought after you beat Macomb that tomorrow's game with Illini Bluffs was going to be the championship game, right?
Yeah.
Macomb kind of made that a little easier for you. It takes maybe a smidge of pressure off.
Yeah.
But that's kind of still, as long as they can get to you with only that one loss, it still is. That's kind of still the championship game, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, I agree. It is. But we want to play it as such because hopefully we'll be in some more championship games. It's good to put your team in that situation. This is a championship game, and so on, so on. So we gotta make sure that we do that and we play like it. And there's always things that are.
Denver Mitchell for three, and he hits it.
Nice shot. There's always things that happen, that championship games that you just gotta prepare for, that you can't get any other time. So this is one of those times that we can learn and we can play as hard as we can and see what happens.
Kazmarek with it. Hendel now, top of the key, left side. Coates with it. He fed it into Alvey, and a foul's going to be called on Vale. That'll be his first, team second. And 3:48 remaining here in the quarter. First quarter action at the Spartan Tip-Off Classic. Coach Dahl is with us. Coach, you and I talked a little bit. The inbound play goes to Kazmarek. He misses and missed a tip, and then tipped away from him on a rebound attempt. Talked a little bit about TSSR trying to do some more West Hancock stuff through the
yes,
winter.
Sir.
I put a bug in one of the Kazmarek's going to try to save it into Coates, and it's kind of getting crazy down there. Hank Alvey ends up with it. Put a bug in one of the boosters' ears about trying to find some help. So if you can find me if folks that might be listening from West Hancock can find us a camera guy, we'll see what we can do.
We'll see what we can do. I'll got to talk to our administrators and see what that's. It might be kind of cool.
Well, I'll tell you what, this we'd love to be there, and seeing all these teams is a fun part. I think you guys probably think that's a fun part of early season tournament. I mean, any tournament, right? Seeing some teams maybe you don't always see and some stuff like that.
Exactly. I wish that I wish there was a format where, I mean, we're going to play Illini West maybe 4 or 5 times. Like, that's too many. Like, it would be fun to have some kind of where you wouldn't have to play, some kind of format where we didn't have to play teams that had to play so many times.
Jack Murphy with the bucket. And you guys got to play Illini West like next week, right?
Yes. Yep.
Murphy's going to pick up Murphy picks up the foul. His first. Team's first. And it'll be inbounded. Well, Coach, as you get ready to, I suppose you'll watch some more of this game, but you try to get home early tonight and take a little extra break since you got 2 games tomorrow?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna watch some of this and then go home and watch the other games and kind of. I mean, I know what I want to do, but I just want to make sure it's the right thing to do.
And you guys are improving. I think every team is still improving right at this point.
Yeah.
So do you watch these games as you go through this tournament? As a traveling is going to be called on Rand Palmer. You watch these games every night just to see how teams improve and see if something changes in what you need to do?
Yes, sir. Yep, you try to watch for one little tendency that might help you at some time during the game. You might not see anything. It depends on how close the game is. I mean, I'm pretty sure they won't run any sets that they want to use against us tonight. So it's kind of we just have to – we know what they want to do. We just have to be in the right spots to stop it.
Well, West Prairie's fallen into a 2-3 zone here. And you'll get to see something that you probably haven't seen the Tigers in a whole lot against the 2-3 zone, which isn't something. And then the rebound was stolen away, and Coates is going to get the bucket from Cooper. Coates gets his 6th. 1:34 remaining in the first quarter. So obviously you guys aren't a zone team really, but you see what these guys do on different situations. I mean,
yep.
Do you guys ever come out of a timeout or
we do
in under the basket zone defense or something like that?
Against Macomb we played about 10 possessions of zone. Yeah. We're trying to disguise it so they don't know what it is, but we played probably about 10, 12 possessions of zone.
I do remember you came out of a timeout in it. I think,
yes,
if
sir.
I remember right.
Yep.
And I noticed it, and then I didn't notice it anymore after that.
That's good.
So that's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
50 seconds remaining here in quarter number 1. Palmer has it as he's guarded by Cole McCoy. I want to say Colt McCoy every time I see his name.
Yes, I hear you. He's had a good week there as the backup.
Yeah, for the Cardinals. And Rand Palmer is going to get fouled by Jack Murphy. Jack Murphy comes in off the bench and picks up the only 2 fouls of the quarter thus far. And coach is going to take a seat. Checking in is going to be Josh Vaughn for the Tigers. Mitchell to inbound for the Cyclones. Down low to Hunt. 3 on the way by Mitchell. No good. Barkley with the rebound. He dumps it to Hunt. Stolen away, but on the floor and traveling was Jack Murphy. Well, I don't know what else to ask. I mean, as far as your guys' performance, I thought the main thing, and I think I started with it actually, the main thing that I took from it was you guys started strong again, but you kept that pressure up a little bit.
Yeah, we were way better. I mean, we made some silly mistakes still, but we're going to do that some, and because we're going to make some. So I liked our effort the whole game. We sustained a pretty high level of effort.
3 seconds left. Mitchell from the 10-foot line is going to shoot up an air ball, and with 0.4 seconds left, the scorekeeper could have just been a little slower on the button.
Yeah, he could have, for sure.
Brandon Wrench is over there running the scoreboard, so I can give him a hard time about that.
Yes, you can.
And there's a long 3/4 court shot heaved up by Cole McCoy. You know, you thought somebody with the name of Cole McCoy would have thrown that overhand like a football.
He would have made it.
Yeah.
Could have made it. No doubt about it.
Well, while we got a second here, at the quarter, 24 for Gearhart. I had 15 for Jacko. Jacko, I think, had 10 rebounds in the first half.
Yeah, he was all over the place in the first half. He did a really good job. And if he doesn't get it, he gets his hand on a lot of balls, keeps it alive for us. So, yeah, he's been playing great so far this year. Brian's been steady and great every game. So, I mean, Himes came alive a little bit. He hasn't touched his ability yet, but he's getting better. He made some shots today. You know, it just was a lot better.
Dietrich was good for them, but
yes, he was.
And Colby Robertson is going to be a kid that's going to be a player.
He is.
He's not. He doesn't have the size to maybe be that great basketball player, but he is just. I mean, as far as a true dominant player, but he can harass the crap out of you, can't he?
Yeah, he's got a motor. I like that kid's effort is off the charts. Like I like watching him play. He's really gets into people. He knows how to use his body to get the fouls he needs, and he even scored in the paint a couple times. Like he's a good player. He's really you got to watch out for him. Like he likes to hit the ball with your hands on rebounds. He's all over the place. And I told my guys, like, you got to chin it and pivot and know where he is.
Chris Roberts, thanks for joining us. This is in Bushnell, Illinois at the Spartan Tip-Off Classic. Illini Bluffs and West Prairie starting quarter number 2, 22-3. Have Macomb and BPC in a game a little later. Cole McCoy for 3. It's off, no good. Rebound by Brody Cordell. It's stolen away. Toby Cooper with it. Hank Alvey, the only starter on the floor for the Tigers right now. And Alvey had a unusually low point output in last night's game. Ashton Barkley's going to pick up the foul. Team's third foul.
Macomb was ready for him. They were in the spots he liked to score. They didn't let him get where he liked it very often. They did a really good job guarding him.
So Jack Murphy on the inbound. Toby Cooper. Vaughn had it. Now out to Murphy, I believe. It was Murphy. Devin White back in the game. 7:05 to go here in quarter number 2. You're welcome, Chris. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. We'd love to know where everybody's watching from and who you're cheering for, or if you're just tuning in to see what's going on. Either way, we love to watch it, and that's going to be a foul on Murphy, I think. And he's going to have his third. He's got a bucket.
Tiger foul, 13.
He's got all 3 of their fouls.
Yes, sir.
That's his third. Team third.
Okay, well, I appreciate you stopping by.
Yes, sir.
You can just tell me you want to leave anytime you want to. It's okay, really.
I know I'm going to go here and get home and make my plans out and be ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, long day tomorrow. We'll see you.
Yes,
we'll
sir.
see you tomorrow, I guess, afternoonish.
Yep.
So,
No problem.
all right, we'll talk to you later.
All right, thank
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Coach Dahl talking to us. Brody Cordell driving to the rack and lays it up. It's off, no good. Devin White comes down with it, and he'll go back the other way for the Tigers, and he missed the layup, and the rebound goes to the Cyclones. So after the missed bucket, it's West Prairie with the basketball. Game being brought to you by Wrighton Farm Supply, located in the heart of Walnut Grove. In business since 1974, Wrighton Farm Supply can meet all your needs for LP seed, fertilizer, and farm chemicals. Their LP service is unmatched in the area. Customer service is one of their specialties. Give them a call today at 309-772-3121, and Devin White gets the bucket. First points of the second quarter for the Tigers. Out of bounds, possession to the Cyclones. If I've got it, Coach, it's right here, and it doesn't look like they got it in there, what the tiebreakers are. They don't have it in there. Okay. Sorry about that. I tried. You're welcome. On the ground, Coach Dahl was wanting a tiebreaker as Andrew Hunt ties up there. But he was wanting a tiebreaker question if everybody finishes 4-1. Where does that shake out? Because there is a chance that could still happen. Andrew Hunt's jumper's off, no good. Vale tips it around. Cooper comes down with it. 4:45 to go in the first half. McCoy with the shot. It was off, no good. White with the jumper now, and it's good. Down low, Andrew Hunt can't get the fall basket to go. 4:10 remaining. And White with the reverse layup. I don't know if it needed to be, but it ended up being a reverse layup. Yeah, little Debbie, if you want to get me about a $300 or $400 part, I can get the scoreboard and everything, and I won't even have to keep score. We would love that if you could want to make that donation. I would take it in a heartbeat. At least I think that's what it is. It might be more expensive than that. The Daktronic scoreboards do have a way to do it, but there's a part that I have not been able to get as of yet. So, yes, there is a way to do it. I don't have the ability to do it at the moment. But if you want to put you want to be a sponsor for a clock on the scoreboard, that would be fantastic. We can make that happen. 3:30 to go here in the first half. Denver Mitchell's going to try the three. He's got the only three of the game for the Cyclones. We can do it as White goes the other end of the floor, and he'll get another bucket. We can do it at certain gyms if we have the extra camera equipment at the time. If we can get a clear shot at the clock, we can't get a very good clear shot here at BPC of the clock. That's part of the problem as well. So at A-Town, we can do it if we have the extra camera, depending on how many events are going on. And a steal by White. And Andrew Hunt's coming from behind. White's going to lay it up. It's off, no good. And Hunt's going to come down with the rebound. 2:40 to go. So we have to, our scoreboard that we have is one that we do ourselves on the screen. So as I'm announcing and as I'm keeping the scorebook for scores, I'm also running the scoreboard on the screen. A three by Toby Cooper. There is a clock on that. The problem is we tried to do that a little bit, but it never stops. You know, you never stop it at the exact same time, and then you get seconds behind, and it's just easier not to do it. A shot off, no good by Mitchell. 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. Shot up and in for Josh Vaughn. And Devin White knocks it away again. The ball's on the floor. Ashton Barkley and Cole McCoy fighting for it. And a jump ball. Possession to the line of Bluffs. Brandon Coates and Ben Kazmarek checking back in. Rand Palmer checking in for West Prairie. And Austin Nelson, number 34. And it's Illini Bluffs basketball with 1:36 remaining. Little Debbie, there is a mercy rule in the fourth quarter of these games. If it's over 30 at the start or at any point in the fourth quarter, the clock doesn't stop except for timeouts. So we're a long ways away from that. And Rand Palmer is going to pick up the foul for the Cyclones, his first. Team fourth. Yeah, they're fighting. Cyclones are having a hard time scoring this entire tournament, but they don't quit fighting, I'll tell you. They go after the ball hard and heavy and in and out on the three attempt. Ben Kazmarek's going to fight for it, get it back. He goes to the rack, and the layup is good. As he ran over Rand Palmer, no foul call, and Kazmarek gets the two. Cole Cordell gets the bucket for the Cyclones. Kazmarek up top to Coates. Right side to McCoy. McCoy's going to drive. Gets it knocked away. Vaughn comes to get it. Loses it. Cole Cordell drives, goes to Palmer. Palmer tries to get it to Vale. Vale's jumper short off the front of the rim, tipped around. Austin Nelson comes down with it. Cole Cordell puts up the shot. He got hammered. No foul called. McCoy comes down with it. And that's the end of the first half. There is no shot clock, Chris Roberts. That is correct. No shot clock in the IHSA basketball in Illinois. There's no shot clock. That's the end of the first half of play. 35-5 is the score. Cyclones trail the Tigers of Illini Bluffs. We'll take a break, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
All right, welcome back here. I'm with Dr. Ed Card from MDH. And Dr. Card, you're a face that a lot of people throughout Macomb, I've worked in Macomb in media for a long time, so I've heard your name, seen advertisements with your name and picture in it for, we're not going to talk about how long, but it's been a while, okay? You're quote-unquote retiring, sort of, but you're the chief medical officer still.
True. I am no longer doing surgery. I'm no longer doing clinical medicine. I have two very good partners coming in who are going to be taking over the clinical side of things. And I want to be there for them to help them with the transition into private practice and so just provide some support. They don't need a whole lot of support, but for what they do need, I want to be there. And then I'm transitioning into full-time administrative position as the chief medical officer, which puts me in charge of the quality program, the patient safety program, and the med staff office, as well as utilization management. And those are all areas that we've been working on in the past. And I've been chief medical officer for 2 years, but now I can devote a lot more time, a lot more energy to improving those programs, and by extension then improving the quality and safety of care at our hospital.
I feel like that seeing you as many years as you put in at MDH and being willing and able to stick around after you're done doing surgery, you're done doing your clinical hours, you're willing to stay here. To me, that must mean that you feel like MDH is on the right track and doing things the way you want it to be done, right?
I thoroughly believe that. I think we're in a better place now, clinically, administratively, and with the new surgeons. I think we're in a better place than we've been in all the time that I've been here. And while we've tried not to mention it, it's only been 38 years.
So you have a few things up your sleeve that you can, the new guys and girls and whoever might come after you while you're still here, you've got a few tricks you can probably teach them, right?
You pick up a couple of things in that long period of time of doing surgery. And when I started, I did a lot of vascular surgery, but most of that now is done by cardiology and radiology. So that has sort of faded, but we're doing a lot more laparoscopic things. Dr. Peck is actually trained in laparoscopy, took a fellowship. Dr. White is very, very good, and I think the two of them together, both women, but I think that they're going to be incredible. I really think they're going to be very, very good. And the strengths of one balance off the other areas for the other. It's really a very nice synergistic pairing of those two who are both very, very good.
And I would imagine that your license obviously is still going to be valid, so if it gets into a pinch and they call Dr. Card and say, hey, we need something right now, you're probably still here and able to do that?
I've been known to answer that. I'm still around and available if there are questions or problems or things, people need an extra pair of hands in the operating room or run into something they haven't seen before. I'm still going to be around for that, and in fact, helped with an operation this morning. So I think that's going to be a nice transition for me, because I don't have to just stop being in the operating room, and hopefully helpful for Dr. Peck and Dr. White as well.
I would imagine after 38 years, just stopping something would be like stopping cigarettes, right? It'd be really hard to do.
Oh, no.
No? Oh.
It's not being on call is pretty okay. I'm enjoying that. So that is not a difficult transition at all. Came to town when I was 29 years old and have been doing surgery here all that time. And you sort of go through phases. There's the scared phase when you're first starting. Then there's the I can't believe how exciting and fun this is. And I've moved into the third phase, which is this really is work. So I think it's time for me to move to other things and certainly not compete for patients with our two new surgeons.
Well, I can speak for most of the people, I think, in Macomb and McDonough County. We're happy you're still around. Thank you for everything you've done through the years. I think that you've probably become a Macomie homie after spending over half your life here anyway, right?
Pretty close. I still can't trace back people's ancestry 3 generations like everybody else in town can. So I'm not a true Macomite yet. But the other side of that is that the community has been incredibly kind to me through the course of my career, entrusting me with their care and with their health. And I'm very grateful to the community for that as well. It's not been a one-way street at all.
Well, I'm Dwayne Hulett. This has been Dr. Ed Card. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back with some more sports right after this.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
And welcome back. As you can see on camera, Coach Schneider and Coach Martin over there checking out that rope. You wonder what that rope is, folks. That rope is one of the ropes that connect to the corner of the backboard. BPC was down there warming up, throwing down some dunks, and the last dunk that they did right before they left broke the cord off the backboard. So the question is how much does that cord or rope actually do to support the basket? Might have a little hilter-kilter on the old shooting rim in the second half of this one and in all of the Macomb BPC game. And the worst part of that is that's the BPC home side in the second half. I don't know. Tough deal. Yeah, West Prairie is going to have the advantage in the second half of this one as Illini Bluffs has to shoot at the possibly hanging side of the backboard. But I in all honesty, folks, I'm kind of making light of it. I don't think that it really affects it a whole lot, but I'm sure it's there for a reason. And it does hold enough tension that every time the ball hits the rim, it does shake the cord. So there is a little bit of pressure there. Not sure what they're going to try to do here as we get ready to go. Little Debbie, back to what you were asking. Do you agree it's dumb there's no shot clock? Absolutely not. I think a shot clock is the worst idea on the face of the planet in small school basketball because if you've ever worked on the bench at a small school game, you can't get any help anyway, and you have to have another person run the scoreboard. So until you find about 5 people for the year that want to stay there for every game and do it all the time and know what to do, you're going to have stoppages and you're going to have whining and you're going to have complaining the entire time. So do I agree that there should be a shot clock? Absolutely not. Only because you can't get enough people to do it. Do I believe that there probably should be? In actuality, yes, but practicality, it cannot work. It will not work at a small school. It might work at a big school, not going to work at a small school. That's just my opinion for whatever it's worth. Game being brought to you by Country Financial agent Brett Powell. Your farm is your legacy. As a leading farm insurer, Country Financial is here to help protect it. Call Brett Powell, your local country rep, at 309-652-3889 for a free quote today. And Good Hope Gardens. Good Hope Gardens located at 445 East Main Street in Good Hope. That's just east of the North Elementary School, open April through October for all your fresh produce needs. Be sure to follow their Facebook page to see when they open this coming spring. Grover and Mary Jo DeCounter and family invite you to Good Hope Gardens. Come see where it's grown. And MTC Communications, having slow, unreliable internet just doesn't cut it in today's world. MTC Communications offers lightning-fast, reliable fiber internet, video, camera, and phone systems to the McDonough, Henderson, and Hancock County areas and is expanding quickly. Visit mtc.crowdfiber.com to check your availability. And it does appear that we may be waiting to see if we can do something with the cord. The cord's not in the way, so unless you really feel that it needs to be fixed, I don't think that it's a big deal. But it does look here. We're going to see. They got a ladder up there, and Jake Croxton brings the Pink Panther music back out again, and Coach Schneider just gives him a grin and turns around and walks back up the stairs. Game helping to be brought to you by Community News Brief. For all your local news, subscribe to the Community News Brief weekly edition, mailed directly to your home every Friday. There's some stuff from TSSR Game Time Live and TSSR on there. And looks like we're going to go ahead and play without the hoop being fixed right now, as they probably are still trying to decide how to fix it. But with a 35-5 game, I'm not sure that it makes a whole lot of difference right now. And the team that's leading has got a 30-point lead. If maybe it gets close, then we can say that it mattered. If it doesn't get close, then I'm guessing we'll be okay. West Prairie will get the ball here to start the second half. Denver Mitchell will inbound it. Yes, Chris, you're right. Oh, boy. It's that kind of night, it would appear. Denver Mitchell is going to be harassed by Devin White. He's going to go to Hindle. Hindle pull up. Floater is good. Wyatt Hindle gets the first two of the second half. Jaden Washington is not on the bench. It doesn't appear. Yeah, he is. He's over there. He didn't score in the first half. There's a three on the way by Mitchell. Ashton Barkley gets the rebound. Kazmarek, nope. Vale's going to beat him to it. Mitchell, 7:10 remaining. Cole Cordell. That's taken away by Kazmarek that time. Kazmarek just gives Vale the, hey, easy there, kid, signal. It's 37. And for some reason, my scoreboard gave an extra 2. It's 37-5. Kazmarek down low. Hindle out top. Hank Alvey back to Hindle, as it is the starting five, probably for a short period of time here for the Tigers. I do want to point out, though, that they only have about 11 players. And there's Alvey with the jumper. And I think Kazmarek's going to get the foul away from the basketball on as he returned the favor on Vale, I think, right there. Alvey gets the bucket. That's just his 4th point. It is 39-5 now. Cam Kramer with it. Denver Mitchell. 6:15 remaining. As it stands now, it will be a running clock in the 4th quarter. Cole Cordell off his leg. Should have been a double dribble. Didn't call it. Vale with it. Denver Mitchell. Ashton Barkley touching it for the first time in the second half. Vale now going against Kazmarek. Puts up the jumper. It's short. Sort of rebounded by Alvey. Technically not a rebound if it doesn't hit anything. Coates down to Kazmarek. Out to Washington. Washington's going to drive, dump it down to Kazmarek, and Kazmarek's going to be fouled. Might be by Kramer, might be by Vale. We'll wait and see who they call it on. It is on Adam Vale. His second, team's first of the second half. Kazmarek hits the first. And the second as well. Andy Rotifer has something to say about the wire. A safety feature to prevent the backboard from falling to the floor in the event of the red standard breaks. Probably doesn't affect play much. I would imagine you're right. Kazmarik's going to loft one up. He misses it, puts it back up, off no good. White tips it out to Coates. Coates is going to go down to Kazmarek. He's going to be fouled. Well, maybe not. Well, maybe so. Took about 3 times, but he finally drew a foul from Adam Vale, and he'll be shooting 2 more free throws. It's his third for Vale, team second. Kazmarek made his first 2 of the quarter. Let's see what he does with these 2. 5:18 remaining in the third quarter. That one's off the back of the rim, no good. Checking in is Clayton Hunt, replacing Adam Vale for the Cyclones. 5:18 remaining in the third quarter. Second one is off, no good. Alvey with the rebound. Pushes a little room, misses again. Pushes a little more room, and Clayton Hunt goes down and grabs the rebound off the floor. Denver Mitchell pushes it back the other way. He puts up the 3. It's off. I couldn't tell if that went in or out. And it's going to be on the floor. Ashton Barkley and Clayton Hunt come up with it. It goes off of Hunt, out of bounds. And this, folks, right here is the reason why in a game like this you see the team with a big lead take a lot of their starters out quickly, because it's getting out of hand and kind of crazy, and you get bad habits when you play bad. This game being brought to you by M&B Furniture. M&B Furniture, Bushnell's only furniture store, is a mainstay in the community and offers free delivery within 40 miles for everything you need to furnish your new home or replenish an old one. Stop and see the fine folks at M&B Furniture at 481 West Main Street, or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or on the web at www.mnbfurnitureinc.com. You can also call 309-772-2111. And Barkley Bills Company, a hat brand built on 2 staples, comfort and style, specializing in snapback trucker-style caps. Check out their selection or consider customs to build your business at Barkley Bills Company. That's C-O, actually, barkleybillsco.com. Don't let the hat rack fool you. There's always room for one more Barkley Bills Company hat. Barkley Bills Company, B-A-R-K-L-E-Y, billsco.com. They wish good luck to all area athletes this season. And JoJo's Gaming Parlor. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out TSSR Game Time live broadcasts live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell, and cheer the Spartans, Cyclones, Bombers, whoever might be playing at a given moment, on to victory. 4:43 to go in the third quarter. It's 41-5. And the starters still in for the Tigers. I'm going to say they got 42, 3 more seconds. Alvey for 3, nails it. Knocked away by Hindle, out of bounds. Possession to the Cyclones. 4:23 remaining. See if the subs come at the 4-minute mark. That would be my guess. Cole Cordell hits the tray. Brandon Coates to Alvey. Alvey, a long jumper, is off, no good. Ball tipped around. White comes up with it. Pump fake, puts up the shot. It's good. Devin White gets his 11th point. Missed shot, layup other way. White is good. Cole Cordell hits the bucket. He's got 7 of the team's 10. And Ashton Barkley steps on the sideline, trying to get down the court in a hurry. 3:01 remaining, and I was wrong. The starters are still in for the Tigers, but not playing as well here in this quarter. So that might be part of the reason why they're still in there. Hindle, Coates, Alvey, and White cut in, and Alvey threw out, and it's out of bounds to West Prairie. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That right there might be the reason why their starters are still on the floor with a 38-point lead here. Still early in the season, and they need to get some things worked out, and they have a 2-1-2 now, it looks like. Possibly a 2-3, but Kazmarek's coming up to guard Andrew Hunt at the free throw line. Rand Palmer skips it down in the corner to Cole Cordell, and he lost it out of bounds. 2:25 remaining in the third quarter. Wyatt Hindle going to bring it up for the Tigers. 2:17 remaining. And he might have well traveled right there, did Devin White. 3 on the way by Hindle is off, no good. Rebound to Clayton Hunt. Rand Palmer, right elbow jumper. The bank shot's good. Went to the bank and it was open. Kazmarek, Alvey. Corner, Coates for 3, short. And yeah, Kazmarek is down there having fun, but he's going to sit down now because it's a line change as the starters are probably sitting down for the last time as they leave the floor. Josh Vaughn, Jack Murphy, Toby Cooper, Cole McCoy, and Jaden Washington all on the floor. Washington's the only player not to score as of yet for the Tigers. 1:30 remaining. Toby Cooper with it as the 2-3 extends. Palmer tried to get the steal. Right side to Vaughn now. Vaughn on the dribble. Going to go to McCoy. Cooper back to Vaughn. 1:09 remaining. Murphy, Washington. Jaden Washington resets the offense for the Tigers. Murphy with it on the dribble. Goes across to Cooper. Down the corner to Washington. Washington's going to try the 3. It's off, no good. Clayton Hunt with the, nope, that's Andrew Hunt with the rebound. Saw the 5, didn't know which one it was. There's another 5, Denver Mitchell with it. And that's not Brody Cordell, it was number 10, Ryan Clark. Cooper's going to pick up the foul, though. His first, team's second of the second half. For Cooper. Now Murphy, the layup is good. Jack Murphy gets his 4th point. Ball stolen away. Murphy's going to go back the other way. Mitchell's going to try to swat it away from behind. He can't, but he's going to give Murphy another 2. And a travel called on Denver Mitchell with 4.9 seconds remaining in the third quarter. We will have running clock in the fourth quarter. A 40-point game, 52-12 currently. Jaden Washington. Vaughn from the 10-foot line, and it's off, no good. That's how the quarter will end. We'll go to the fourth quarter. 52-12. Illini Bluffs with the lead. Game being brought to you by McDonough District Hospital. McDonough District Hospital and MDH Rehabilitation Center with locations in Bushnell and Macomb provide athletic trainers who give expert help to area student athletes in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring. And we're ready to go with the fourth quarter here. Game also being brought to you by Sports Corner at 124. Macomb's original local sports bar is Sports Corner at 124 with a focus on local sports. Catch WIU games and all the area TSSR Game Time live broadcasts at Sports Corner at 124. All will enjoy your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Stop in and say hi at 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb. And Ryden Farm Supply, located in the heart of Walnut Grove and business since 1974. Ryden Farm Supply can meet all your needs for LP, seed, fertilizer, and farm chemicals. Their LP service is unmatched in this area. Customer service is one of their specialties. Give them a call today at 309-772-3121. McCoy's going to throw it up. Cooper now out to Washington. Washington's going to dump it out to Cooper again. 7:34 remaining. Rand Palmer nearly got the steal from Murphy. Washington will have it now. Hunt gets the block with a little follow through. Clock running though. It's still Illini Bluffs basketball. They've had it for the entire opening minute. Well, just as I said that, he throws it right to Andrew Hunt, and he's going to beat everybody down the floor and throws the left-handed layup. It wasn't the prettiest of layups, but he got it to go, and Andrew Hunt gets his first basket of the night. Out of bounds, possession to the Cyclones. Timeout or a whistle blows. Ben Wren's going to check in. He'll replace Clayton Hunt. As Brody Cordell is going to bring it up, give it to Rand Palmer. Palmer gives over to Austin Nelson. Nelson now is going to give it to Wren. Ben Wren loses it. Palmer comes up with it. He pulls up inside the free throw line, gets it over to Austin Nelson. Nelson has it stolen away. Washington goes the other way, and its shot is partially blocked, I think, by Wren. A jump ball, possession to West Prairie. 5:38, and the clock still runs here in the fourth quarter. BPC and Macomb will follow this game. We'll have our Knicks stream up shortly after this game is over. We'll not stick around long for this one. We'll give some quick stats, and that'll be about it here. As Washington still the only player not to score in the game for Illini Bluffs. And try it again. It's 0 for 3 now. Who was that? Ryan Clark. Ryan Clark got the bucket. Jack Murphy for 3. It's off, no good. Andrew Hunt with the rebound. Tipped away from behind by Washington. 4:30 remaining. Washington goes back again. The ball loses it out of bounds. Possession to West Prairie. Brody Cordell and Jarrett Schmidt checking in for, I'm sorry, I guess Cole McCoy hasn't scored yet either. Jarrett Schmidt coming up with it on the far side over there. Ben Wren has it swiped away by Murphy. Murphy's going to lose it, save it into McCoy. McCoy pump fakes. That's a double dribble. So Washington and McCoy are the ones that haven't scored yet. I apologize for that, folks. Yeah, Chris, I have a silent color guy sitting beside me, so I was asking him if that's who scored that bucket down there. I thought that's who it was. Turnaround at that time by Austin Nelson was off, no good. But I appreciate you catching it on the overhead from the announcer and letting me know I was correct on that. Jack Murphy. Vaughn down to Washington. He's going to try the 3 again. That one's long. Jarrett Schmidt gets the rebound, and holy smokes. That was a two-handed bounce pass. Austin Allen out to Brody Cordell, and Jarrett Schmidt way up over the top of hey, you got to admit that he was trying hard. He's trying, that's right. 2:25 remaining. Washington's going to try again. It's off again. Vaughn. Nope, unless he banks it in. Washington wants to score pretty bad. He's 0 for 5, I think. Brody Cordell, bank shot to 3. It's off, no good. Washington with the rebound, under 2 minutes. He's going to go down this way. Now he's going to go to Vaughn. Vaughn pump fakes and gets the bucket. A pump fake or an assist is just as good, right? Down to Allen, out to Cordell of the Brody variety. Austin Nelson bounces across to Brody Cordell. Out to, well, that's Brody out there. It was Ryan Clark, excuse me, down there, not Brody. Ryan Clark comes up with the rebound. He's going to put it back up and in. Ryan Clark gets 2 more. Yeah, I said this the other night, too. These freshmen and sophomores, they're used to winning some basketball games. They have a different kind of tenacity for West Prairie. They have a different kind of tenacity than the varsity players do, as when it comes to basketball anyway. And they get on the floor, and the tempo picks up, the stuff changes, and you see them having fun. I mean, they're out there doing things that they want to work together. It's a different feel when the young kids. I think their JV team will be a much more fun game to watch this year, probably, I would imagine. And McCoy with it, down low to Vaughn. It's tipped. And Ben Wren, there's a kid that never quits. I'll give Ben that point. He runs all the time full speed. And he got down there and knocked it away off of the Tigers. 10 seconds remaining here as Ben Wren's going to try and get a shot maybe. He's going to put it up. It's blocked by Cooper. He'll get another shot, put it up, banks it in at the buzzer. Ben Wren gets the bucket. 54-20 the final score. A 34-point win for Illini Bluffs. The Tigers have 13 points for Devin White, 8 points for Brandon Coates, 7 points for Hank Alvey, 6 points for Ben Kazmarek, 4 points for Josh Vaughn, 3 points for Toby Cooper, 6 points for Jack Murphy, and 5 points for Wyatt Hindle. For the Cyclones, 3 points for Denver Mitchell, 4 points for Ryan Clark, 2 points for Ram Palmer, 7 points for Cole Cordell, 2 points for Ben Wren, and 2 points for Andrew Hunt. Yes, they did, Chris. You're correct. That'll do it for this broadcast. You've been watching Cyclones basketball and Tigers basketball from the Spartan Tip-Off Classic in Bushnell, Illinois. We're going to end this stream. We'll be back a little bit later with probably about 15 to 20 minutes. We'll see how long it takes them to start the game clock with the big anticipated game of the night. It's Macomb and BPC to end the night. Game number 3 coming your way in just a few minutes here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.